Yo, we're back with another project, and this time I'm working on some crop trousers. They've been sitting in my closet for like 5 years, haven't been wearing them, so might as well make something out of them. And I'm gonna go with patchwork. If you're curious, I got these pants from ASOS, but do they still sell them? I have no idea. I want to try to utilize my sewing machine more instead of hand sewing because, you know, efficiency. So I open up the pants first at the hems and then open up the inseam so that I'll have a nice flat surface to sew on with easy access for my sewing machine. Now I have a ton of extra fabrics from previous projects just waiting for their turn to be used, and patchwork is the perfect opportunity to use them up. But it's also important to pick out the right fabrics and designs that are well suited for the base layer pants as well as with each other. For this project, since the pants are black, I went with a darker floral design with hints of gold. I cut the fabrics I wanted to use into a generally bigger size that wasn't too big, but enough so if I had to make some adjustments in size, I'd still have enough material to work with. Along with picking out the right fabrics to use, it's also important to make sure that the placements of each patch in every part of the pants are cohesive with each other rather than separate entities, unless that's what you're going for. Personally, I spent the most time on this part. I'd make a decision on where one patch would go, then a few seconds later would end up switching it with another, or just taking it out entirely. This is basically the main prepping portion of this project, and like in any other project, prepping is the most important step. When I finalized the placements, I pinned the patches down to keep them in place to allow me to see how they would look like and to ready them to be sewn in. To bring the design of the pants up a notch, instead of using a straight stitch to sew the patches down, I used a zigzag stitch instead, as well as white thread, to make trimmings on each patch that's bold enough to be seen from a distance. This will also help prevent fraying since I didn't hem any of the patches. You know, in the end, I actually really enjoyed this project. It wasn't too tedious, I wasn't getting frustrated. It was almost smooth sailing from start to end. And it made me realize that doing these DIY projects isn't always about one-upping every project that I do. I mean, yeah, it is a good mentality to have in order to get better at this stuff, but I also think it's a little bit toxic because I feel like I take for granted the simpler designs and looks, and even projects that don't take so many hours to make, like these pants. There you have it. What do you guys think? I think it turned out pretty good. I mean, especially where I didn't really have a plan to begin with. I kind of just had a theme and then just went with it, you know? Like I said earlier, the majority of the time that I spent working on these pants was just figuring out the placement of each panel, because again, I didn't want it to be too busy. I didn't want like it to be super unbalanced, you know? Like there's too little here and then more here. And one other thing that I think looks really good when it comes to like patchwork trousers, or I guess any patchwork fabrics with this type of pattern, like pinstripe. It's like designs you'd find on like button-up shirts, like Oxford shirts or something like that. And then that material isn't even heavy at all, so it won't weigh down your pants. Also, I think that when you're doing patchwork, it's good to have at least 5 minimum different fabrics, so that way you have a good amount of options to mix and match. When I ran out of this stripe one right here, I was left with only like 4 different fabrics, and I was kind of having a difficult time. Or it wasn't that hard, but you know what I mean, like it could have been easier if I had another extra fabric to work with. So 5. I'd say that's like the golden rule. Now there's one thing that I would change. It's always just one thing, but it wouldn't like affect what I'd rate them, I guess. Like it's whatever. but it is something that I would change if I could. I mean, I can, but I'm not. But it's this patch right here with this coin pocket. And the reason why I'm kind of like about it, and it's because it connects the front patches to the back patches. And I think I prefer a disconnect happening right here. I mean, I don't mind when the patches on the front side bleed into the back panels, similar to this, like it kind of goes over the outseam. But then if you look at the right leg, there's like a disconnect right here. I think this looks really good. And then here, it's kind of just, I don't know. I mean, it's not bad, you know, but I think it'd look a lot more clean if there was some kind of disconnect. So I could have moved this a little more forward, could have moved it more back, or even just changed the whole placement of this, you know. But hopefully you guys liked how the pants turned out. If you guys did, make sure to drop a like and hit that subscribe button. I'd really appreciate it. If you guys want to keep up to date with what I'm working on, follow me on my Instagram at JuliusNathan. I usually post updates on my story. Everyone over there saw it first. And I'm like showing the progress and everything like that. So yeah, follow me there. Now, if you want to get into this stuff, into this DIYing stuff, or you're already into it and you want to meet other people who are also into this stuff, or you have any questions, join my Discord. I'll put a link to that in the description down below. But anyways, I'll see you guys in the next one. I'm out. Peace.